Hi everybody. Wanted to give you a quick update today on the status of vaccination and testing requirements on the cruise lines now that the CDC has essentially gotten out of the business of issuing guidelines. We'll talk a little bit about any updates that the cruise lines have, tell you our thoughts on it, where we think it's going, and kind of the process that we believe is going on behind the scenes from a little bit of an insider's view. So stick around, watch till the end, and we hope you find it informative. Hi, this is Bill, and you're in the Finest Travel Beat with Angela and Bill, your source for all things travel. Today we're going to talk about the CDC guidelines, or lack thereof, and the cruise line's reaction since the announcement a couple of days ago that the CDC was essentially getting out of the business of issuing guidelines, or the cruise line program was being ended. In the couple of days since this, our emails, phones, text messaging, any type of social media, any way you can think of getting in touch with us, have absolutely blown up with people with two questions. When are they ending the vaccine mandate? And more, the one we're getting more is, when are they going to end this testing? Now, to give you a quick little background, the cruising restarted about a year ago. I'm going to give you the thumbnail sketch of it. I'm not going to waste your time for 15 minutes to explain the whole program. But essentially, the CDC put in some very strict guidelines as to what the cruise lines could or could not do. In January this year, they relaxed those guidelines and went from mandatory to voluntary. Even though they were voluntary, the cruise lines all opted into the voluntary program. And in fact, the cruise lines' health and safety protocols in every case were more stringent than the CDC actually required. There's been a little bit of a cat and mouse game going back and forth between the two, with the CDC having guidelines which are essentially voluntary, but the cruise lines pointing at the CDC saying, well, we're just following the guidelines. So it was kind of a chess match, so to speak, in my mind. It seemed like I've been involved in dealing with government and the political aspects of government things for many years in my previous job at the NYPD. So I kind of read between the lines on a lot of these things. So on July 18th, a couple of days ago, the CDC on their website kind of dropped a bomb saying that they were no longer the program for cruise lines with the color coding and the requirement of first 95 and then 90% vaccinations. Well, the suggestion under the requirement for the voluntary program was no longer in effect, and it would be up to the cruise lines to establish their own health and safety protocols, and for you, the consumer, to decide whether it's right for you or not. Hallelujah. Angel and I went live right away the other day. The video's up on the channel with our thoughts. We've been waiting since I would promise to give you an update yesterday. We were hoping that there would be some movement on the cruise lines. Unfortunately, right now, there hasn't been much. I'll read to you right now what's on Royal Caribbean's website. The CDC guidance cruises departing the U.S. On July 18th, the CDC announced that the COVID-19 program for cruise ships is no longer in effect. Going forward, the CDC will continue to publish guidance for the cruise industry. We are waiting for these revised recommendations, which we expect in the coming days. Upon review, we will adjust our current protocols and provide guidance to our guests. For now, our current protocols remain in effect for cruise departing U.S. home ports. Essentially, there was no news yesterday. Similar statements have been kind of put out, whether it be officially on their homepages, Facebook, or through travel agency portals from other cruise lines. So we get into a little semantics here. The CDC no longer has guidelines, and I guess by guideline we kind of mean mandate, which the English language changed in a couple of years. But they're going to issue guidance, not guidelines. So guidance is even more of a voluntary term, but the cruise lines are saying, okay, let's wait for that to come out. Now, also having worked in government, I know these things don't happen very quickly. It's got to be approved by a lot of people. So I am hoping that they come out with some guidance soon. We did a video on Sunday before the CDC kind of dropped the bomb on their webpage that nobody was expecting with our thoughts. Our thoughts still kind of hold. I don't see the vaccine mandates going away quite yet. I think the major reason is that whether you agree with the vaccine mandates or not, at least anecdotally, it seems like less people are getting sick right now. And while there is no, in my head, scientific proof that the vaccines are the number one reason, I don't think they want to mess with that because cruise ships really don't have the medical facilities to deal with people that get seriously ill. So I think you'll see some easing of it. Princess Cruise Lines already 10% can sail unvaccinated. That actually went into effect back in May, and it was kind of done very quietly. I saw it on their website. I actually have booked people. They've kind of made it more of an announcement last week, which is why it's kind of being picked up all over the place. But Princess is selling 10% unvaccinated. Carnival has a program where you can apply for an exemption, and they're definitely relaxing the medical documentation requirements for it. So I may see you relaxing there. As far as testing is concerned, my personal opinion, that's been the big stress. The government is no longer paying for the COVID test. Now, it may be covered by insurance. It may not. It continues to be an issue at sometimes with people in rural areas trying to get tested, flying into ports, because with the airlines, people flying into ports a couple of days ahead of time, testing as they're running to the airport. There are at-home testing options. I have a couple of videos on that. A new one called On Point, which some people have had issues with. We did it twice with no issue, but regardless, it's been a problem. We're still seeing people on cruise ships getting COVID. We see people throughout the new variant. Seems to be pretty widespread. People have had vaccinated twice, vaccinated 3 times, and had COVID, are still getting sick. I think we're building some sort of a herd immunity there as well. That's my personal opinion. But I don't see where the testing, because of the lag in actually being having COVID and showing symptoms or testing, is so that I don't really think it's stopping much. So I could definitely see that ending soon. But again, it's going to depend also on the ports that they go to. So some ports will require testing, some won't. It's a complicated situation, changes every day. I have some resources that I go to every day and check. And it's like I said, it's pretty complicated. Testing, I think, is going to go away sooner than later, my personal opinion. Hopefully, maybe there might be an announcement in the next couple of days from the CDC, and then maybe August 1st, if I'm, throwing $5 on in Vegas. Hopefully, testing go away maybe August 1st, but who knows? Let me know in your comments below what your experience been with testing, problems you have with testing, the service you're using, whether you use Walgreens or CVS, whether they're charging, whether your insurance is covering it, if you used eMed or Abbott Labs or On Point or anything. Let me know what you're testing on. And also let me know your thoughts on the protocols in general. I know myself, and Angela, we're over it. Where the testing is, we're having a big family group cruise in November. And it's going to be an issue trying to get everybody together and get everybody tested, and 8 or 10 people at once. It's a pain, and it's costly. Even if at $15 a person, if you use one of the less expensive testing options, $150 added onto it. So let us know what your thoughts are testing on. Also, if you're getting some knowledge or you're getting some benefit out of this video, please give it a like. Whether you like the protocols or not, give us a thumbs up. Thumbs down is not thumbs down to the CDC or the cruise lines or the policies, but give us a thumbs up. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. I'm not going to be doing these updates every day. I'm not going to be beating dead horses. But if there's something to report, I'm probably going to jump on here, whether it be live or do a quick video and update you. It seems to be the best way for me to get information out there. A lot of social media kind of buries stuff down in the news feed, and frankly, I'm putting stuff out on Facebook, and I'm getting messages from people asking questions that I answered on Facebook, and they just didn't see. Angela will sometimes be part of these updates, sometimes she won't. She works remotely from home full-time. I've been at the same company 25 years, so I have a little more time, a little more flexibility than she does. Also, we have a Facebook group, Finest Travel Beat with Angela and Bill. Feel free to join the conversation over there. We'd love to hear your stories. Join the group. It's open to everybody. We'd love to hear your travel stories, your thoughts, your comments, all your feedback. It helps us provide content for you. And also it helps us in our personal travel, which we love to do. We have 3 cruises. The next cruise coming up is Disney Dream, Labor Day weekend. Then after that, we're on the Symphony of the Seas. And I will be doing a solo cruise. Angela ran out of vacation time on the MSC Divina towards the end of September. It'll be my first time on MSC, so I'm really interested to see what that's like. Obviously, we bring our camera along with us. We'll be videoing all of it, giving our thoughts, giving our comments, recommendations, good and bad. So I hope you're enjoying the content. Again, comments down below. If you think this is useful, great. If you think we're wasting our time doing this, please let me know also, because it is somewhat time consuming. Again, on behalf of Angela, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, ask any questions you have. Until next time, we'll see you on our next adventure. Bye, everybody.